Hello everyone. So today we'll be discussing different health data standards, specifically FHIR and HL7. We'll be looking into how computers communicate health data and why they often fail, and then how do we fix these problems and how are we finally fixing these problems in modern health data sciences. So the problem we are facing is referred to as the Tower of Babel problem, which is basically like if you go to a hospital A for an X-ray, and then hospital B will most likely be not be able to read the X-ray from hospital A, and this is because are uh, EHRs were built as walled gardens, which is basically that every organization use their own format, and um, for example, hospital A will use uh, different codes for gender like MF, while hospital B might be using different codes for them, and this creates a headache for data scientists, and creates a chaos because before we even think of modeling the data, 80% of our time is spent in cleaning and making this into a universal format. So to fix this problem, we need to agree on three distinct layers. First, we have the foundational layer, which is basically the physical pipe through which the data moves. In our case, that is the internet protocols like TCP, IP, HTTP. Then we must agree on the structural layer, which is basically the envelope, the format in which the data is stored. In our case, that could be JSON or XML, and this is where the standards like HL7 or FHIR uh, comes to work. And then we have the semantic layer. We must agree on the dictionary, and that we agree on the meanings of words. And here we have standards like the um, mm, ICD-10 and standard nomenclature of medicine and these kind of standards. So we must agree on these three distinct layers first. Uh, then we have the model HLC V2, which was basically created in the 80s and is still used by 90% of US hospitals. It is compact, ugly, and efficient. So the structure is that it uses pipes to separate fields and carrots to separate components, and this makes it very flexible and almost too flexible because one hospital puts maiden names in field 6, another in field 7, and thus creating chaos for data scientists. So to solve this problem, the HLC version 3 was created in the 2000s, and it tried to fix the flexibility problems of the version 2, and it created a strict, all-encompassing model and called it RIM, which is basically a reference information model. So the result was that it was massive, and there were complex XML files that were technically correct, but also at the same time very hard and impossible to implement for normal organizations and hospitals. So it was like trying to order a coffee using a 50-page physics dissertation. So most organizations ignored it and they stayed on the version 2, the flexible version. So to balance this trade-off between flexibility and format, uh, another model was created which is called FHIR, or Fast Health Interoperability Resources Standard. Sorry. So it's like the Lego approach, where um, think of uh, resources like patients, observations, and medication, and you can only retrieve the blocks you need. So it solved the problem of these large blocks of data which was used in the HL7 version 3. So the question was that how do we how do Google and Amazon and normal web browsers they move data? And the answer to that was they use JSON and RESTful APIs to move data and request data. So this FHIR standard also used JSON and RESTful APIs. So basically, this model allows data scientists to query data just like a web browser queries a website using HTTP requests. It's like get, which retrieves the data from, for example, get patient 123. Retrieves the one patient 123 data, and this fetches the JSON record for a specific patient. Then we have the search, which is basically another request, which searches and filter population for your dataset instantly. Then there is the post data, just like HTTP post request, where you can create your own data and your own observation. For example, uploading prediction results back to the electronic health records. So why does this matter? So the first thing is normalization is built in. FHIR forces strict data types, like the validation is done at entry. The data structure validation is done at entry. So it also always uses the ISO 8601, 8601. You don't have to guess the formats using ETL pipelines. So basically, there is one universal format. Then there is the validation. You can just shove garbage data into FHIR server. It validates the data structures, meaning the cleaner training data for your models. Then there is real-time predictions because it uses the RESTful APIs. Your machine learning model can live in a lightweight application and query the hospital server in real time and also calculate the risk score on the fly. So it is lightweight and real time. Oh, okay. Then the future of interoperability. Interoperability is no longer just an IT problem. It is basically a health data science prerequisite. Uh, Mastering FHIR standard gives us the power to access high quality data across the entire health ecosystem easily, and it balances the flexibility and strict format problems for us. So that's all for this lecture.